Yes. So tell me about the situation.
The situation is that whenever I get in the car with my husband, we fight. We fight. My husband does 100% of the driving, and he gets car sick otherwise, so that's why he does 100% of the driving. And we fight because what I just really discovered this week is how actually afraid I am in the car, and I didn't know it. And I had a dream recently where he killed us in the car. We were all driving down the freeway, and we were in a strange car where it's his car, but he's driving. I'm in the next seat behind him, and my daughter's in the seat behind us, and there isn't 3 seats. And we're coming, it's a big freeway in a big city. We live in a little tiny town, and big freeway, semi trucks all up ahead, and I can see them, kind of like swerving, and they're out of control, all these semi trucks. And one of them has a really long trailer with nothing on it, and it's up ahead of us. And I'm telling him, which I can do on the road, slow down. Like I'm not yelling at him. I'm afraid, and I'm saying slow down. Like they're up ahead, and so he doesn't. He ignores me in the car with any of my input. He just rolls his eyes and says whatever. And he's a really safe, good driver. Probably never been in an accident that I can think of in this moment. And I've been in a number of accidents, but not for a lot of years. So we're driving down the freeway in my dream, and I'm telling him, slow down, look at that, slow down. And he doesn't, and he just drives us right into the semi that's completely out of control and kills all 3 of us. And I, wake up mad at him. And so I notice on the road for, the past 20 years, I've been mad at him. And this past Tuesday, we had to drive to Portland and back in one day. And I was upset the entire trip. And I didn't notice until the next day doing the work. I'm mad at God because I am stressed and unhappy for no reason. Because I was so unhappy in the car the whole day. I was so stressed and unhappy the whole day when I should have been super excited to take my daughter and her best friend to a concert, and we're taking the day off school and work, and we're just having this great road trip, and I am just stressed and unhappy all day. And I realized I'm so scared in the car of the driving. So I didn't know how to do a worksheet on I'm scared of the driving in the car. So it's about my husband not caring about me when he's driving. So that's the bottom line. So I have a bunch. I'm frustrated. Started out because he doesn't care about my needs when he's driving.
So and the image is the dream?
No, the images were driving down the road, heading to Portland, and it's like trucks are next to us, and I can literally, we pass them, and the truck driver's like this, not watching the road, and they're swerving into our lane, and I'm telling him, like, look out for that truck, like, be careful of this, like, they're all stopped ahead. And so it's on the highway for 5 hours I'm doing this to him.
But that's in the dream.
No, this is for real.
Oh, this is for real.
In the dream, like 3 weeks ago, he actually kills us, in the dream. He doesn't listen to me. In this case, we weren't on only on a 2-lane, highway driving 5 hours north. But the whole highway's like this from our house to Portland. It's curvy. And the trucks are going 75, and they're coming into your lane around curves, and you got a big cement barrier between you and the other, traffic coming the other way. So I'm scared the whole time, but this has gone on for, 20 years. But I also recently, 3 weeks ago, had a dream where he actually killed us. And so I was realizing the next day, it's like, I'm in all this fear around dying. See, to me, it's so multi-layered this whole day. I mean, it's like, ego stuff. I'm not trusting in a friendly universe. I'm not trusting in God. I'm afraid of dying, which I'm normally not afraid of dying. But I'm mad at him all day long because he's not making me feel safe in the car. He's not just going, honey, I get it. You're scared. And I don't want him to, even do that with me. It's like, just to be so codependent and just go, oh, let me just drive, however to make you happy. And at the same time, I want him to say, hey, honey, you're scared, and I see that, and I'm sorry, and I'm just sorry that you're scared, and I want you to know I'm totally paying attention. It's all good, And if I say to him, watch out, that he doesn't just go, take a chill pill already, because that's what he said to me after the 3rd or 4th time that I'm saying to him, like, look out, for this or that. So it's on the road Tuesday, coming and going, and I'm scared, but I'm really hurt and sad and mad that he's not caring that I'm scared. And I haven't done the work yet. I didn't know until Wednesday I was scared, how scared I was on the road.
So he doesn't care that you are scared in the road. Is that true?
Yes.
He doesn't care that you're scared in the road. Can you absolutely know that it's true?
No.
What happens in those moments when you're believing that thought, that he doesn't care, that you're scared?
I get really shut down, feel really alone in the car, isolated. I close myself off to him. I end up, I kind of manifest, feeling sick. Like, I've never been car sick until I've been with him, and after a few years of him doing all the driving and us being in this dynamic, now I feel car sick in the car. So I kind of just curl up, turn away, and feel physically not good. I don't talk to him. When I do talk to him, I'm really just snappy, irritable. I think that he's not a caring husband. And somehow I it's like, that expression where you see a snake where there's a rope. I see every driver as a threat. I'm just really hyper vigilant, and I'm really, I'm just afraid of everyone on the road.
And how do you notice you're treating yourself when you believe that he doesn't care, that you're scared in the road?
I'm not noticing what's going on with me. I'm not taking the time to notice what's really going on. I'm really just shutting down, not just to him, but to me, to everything. I'm shutting down to everything that's happening, to myself, my daughter in the back. I'm believing that I'm in danger rather than I'm on a fun road trip. I'm believing that I'm in a bad situation and I don't have any fun.
And say more about how you treat him when you're believing that he doesn't care, that you're scared in the road.
Yeah, I want to avoid him. I want to not engage with him.
And what are you not able to notice or to...
That we're perfectly fine. That he doesn't need to do... He's a good, safe driver. That he's not doing anything that isn't safe. So when I'm thinking that he doesn't care about me in the car, he doesn't care that I'm scared, I'm not noticing there's nothing to even be scared of. Like, I've made up every single thing that there is to be scared of. I'm just seeing snakes where there's ropes. I'm seeing dangerous drivers where there isn't. And I can't notice that I'm perfectly fine.
So what does that cost you?
A fun road trip with my family. Feeling good and happy and excited. Cost me a good husband. I'm married to a jerk. Who doesn't care that I'm afraid. Cost me any peace of mind. And really, it's just, I'm aware of it's like all the potential is there to just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not possible when I'm believing this.
So notice if there's any payoff, or what do you get from believing that he doesn't care that you're scared in the road.
In that situation, I get to be better than him. Like, I care about him. Not that there'd be any evidence of that day, but I care about him. I would care. If he was scared, I would say or do something to make him feel safe. And so I'm better than him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying or doing anything to make me feel safe.
And what do you get from feeling better than him?
Some fleeting moment of superiority that somehow I'm not consciously aware of, but wanting or needing in that situation with him. Somehow I think I'll feel good feeling that way.
Mm-hmm. Like you will have credits on your emotional account.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm, that you can cash later.
Mm-hmm.
So who would you be in that moment? You have the thought. He doesn't care that I'm being scared. The thought exists, except you don't attach to it, believe it, hold it. Who would you be in that moment with him in the car?
I've never looked at it that way. So I notice I have the thought.
Mm-hmm. The thought comes.
I go, that's not true.
Huh.
That's not true. Of course he cares about me. I mean, my God, he's taken the day off from work to spend 10 hours driving to take us to a concert that my daughter really wanted to experience. I mean, how much more caring does he need to do? Like, what else would he need to do to care about me? So specifically that he doesn't care, to not believe he doesn't care that I'm scared. Well, I would say, is it true? He's looking around and going, what is there to be afraid of? Like, there's nothing, of course I don't need to attach to that. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's a beautiful, clear, sunny, lovely day,
Mm-hmm.
driving down the highway without a ton of traffic in a newer car, buckled up. It's all good. There's just no reason to think that he doesn't care, that I'm scared. It's just, I'm nuts to even be scared in this moment. Yeah, I realize it's like if I don't attach to it, I'm sitting there moving a little more back into what's really going on with me and noticing that, honey, there is nothing to be afraid of. It's just really, that just becomes so clear when I'm not thinking about what he's doing. Yeah, I really notice there's nothing to be afraid of.
And notice how your body feels, Candace, as he's looking at the road, less traffic, the sunny day, and that you're both able to be together this time to give your daughter that experience. Just notice how your body feels as you take all that in?
Well, my stomach let go just in even describing that, and whatever kind of the knot was just undid. And then imagining being there, it's sort of like you see a dog, you know, in the car with the window down, you know, and they're all happy and excited, and oh, look at this, and you know, it's like I'm more in that state, and you know, wow, some new scenery.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun, and I'm excited, and I can just feel that, you know, that puppy, just that happy dog, you know, feeling in my body rather than I'm curled up, you know, just curled up in a ball. Wow, it's so different. Yeah, so different.
And what turnarounds can you find that have meaning for you? He doesn't care that you're scared in the road.
I don't care that I'm scared on the road. I mean, the truth is, I hadn't even gone to the trouble to find out that that's what was going on with me. I was just frustrated with him. And, you know, I didn't care. I didn't care enough to really stop what was happening in my thinking and to just notice what's really going on. And I don't care that I'm scared. Yeah, I don't comfort me and reassure me, or even just notice there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm just staying on him. He's, you know, he's doing this or that, so I'm not noticing. I don't care that I'm scared. I'm not showing up for me in that situation and being afraid. I don't care that I'm scared. Well, also, I'm part of why I'm not noticing I'm scared is that I'm thinking I shouldn't be. I'm you know, kind of telling me, if there's some part of me that's aware that I'm afraid over and over and over again on this drive, part of me is constantly shutting that down, as if I just shouldn't be. I should just be beyond that. And so I'm not really just taking in, yeah, I'm scared, and that's okay. I just am where I am. So I don't care that I'm scared. I just think I should be. I just shouldn't be. I think I should override it.
And there's a very subtle example. Can I share?
Thank you.
It's about, you know, you don't care that the thought came and you grabbed it. You don't care that you did that movement and tainted your experience. You know, that kind of little buffer that starts to happen when you notice thoughts will come. Tons of them, millions of them. No control over that. And the noticing of, oh, I'm believing this one. You're not caring about that movement. Does that make...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here I go.
Yeah. And I'm not caring that he's afraid in the car. And
yeah, what do you find there? What example?
Well, I was so hyper vigilant about everybody else, and I was so micromanaging his driving that it's completely possible that he was scared of my overreacting to everything and micromanaging him, and I wasn't caring that I was doing that to him. I was not a fun travel companion on that trip. And I didn't care that he was scared on the road. Well, even in that situation, that he had a lot on his mind, that he had a lot going on with work, and he would have appreciated talking to me about it. And I wasn't available for that. So I didn't care that he was scared on some things that are happening with work.
Right. And that he was taking the day off instead of tending to those,
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to bounce a few things off,
Mm-hmm.
so he can kind of process things with you in that
Mm-hmm.
moment.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wasn't caring about that for sure. I don't care that he's scared on the road. To whatever degree, there's always pressure when you're the driver, and you've got your wife and your daughter's best friend in the car. It's a responsibility. Driving is a responsibility. And so I wasn't sensitive to that he's already as vigilant as he needs to be a cautious driver, and that he's just having to manage all that you have to manage when you're driving, and then how much I'm adding to his plate with my fear and micromanaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's already managing all the driving. He's actually doing it.
And what's the third turnaround?
So he does care. He does care that I'm
That you're
scared
Mm-hmm.
on the road. We talked about it the next day or the day after, and he said, when you communicate to me where you're at and it's about you, I can hear it, and I so totally care that you're feeling afraid on the road. When you're just doing what you do, being reactive and afraid and micromanaging in the car, I can't hear it. And it doesn't mean I don't care. I just can't hear it and show up when that's the state you're in the car. So he really does care. He told me he really does care that I'm scared in the car. And my way of communicating that just makes it hard for him to respond.
Mm-hmm.
He does care that I'm scared on the road. He's just a caring person overall. If someone had something going on, he would care. So of course he cares if I'm scared.
Yeah. By another way that he's caring is by driving safely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm wanting him to go faster because it's such a long drive, and he's going under the speed limit, and I'm saying, can you at least go the speed limit, which is another thing we often will fight about. And what I see is that's his way of being safe. Is he's doesn't need to be in the fast lane, keeping up with the fastest cars. He is just driving at the level that he thinks is safe, and it's not. It right now it comes to mind is he couldn't win. So it's either too slow, or he's not cautious enough, or he's not giving enough berth to a truck we're passing, or whatever it is. But he couldn't win. So I'm telling him to go faster when he's going under the speed limit. I'm telling him to be more careful when he's not paying attention to the trucks or whatever it is. So he does care. He's driving slowly,
Mm-hmm.
which is more safe. And